One of my favorite things about Minecraft is the opportunity it gives to find beauty and inspiration around every corner. Not only that, but the ability that it gives to take something that's been done before and add your own twist to it. And today, that's exactly what we're going to be working on. Something that has definitely been done before, but with our own Salami twist. I had mentioned the need for an XP farm, and I guess originally it was a want, but at this point it is a need. If you caught my bonus episode earlier this week, we rolled our villagers and we got mending, but mending does us no good if we don't have a way to utilize it. I'd also mentioned that the XP farm that I had in mind came from a spot on the map I was inspired by when I was building the villager breeder, which is just over here. I was looking for an area to build that, and I came around the back of this hill and I stumbled across this cave. And it is just like a near perfect sphere. And I knew that I had to build something in here. Our armadillos from last episode have been bred and are being stored here for now. We'll probably breed those up a couple more times to get the number that we want. We will end up lighting up this cave so we don't have these zombies coming through. And we're going to do a little bit of shaping in here. Not much at all, really. All I'm going to do is even out this back wall here so that it's centered, and we will start remodeling this place. But one of the things that I need for the XP farm, and if you haven't guessed yet, it involves the armadillos and the potion of infestation, is a potion brewing stand. So that means we need blaze rods. That means we have to head into the Nether and find another fortress. There's one not too far away from our Nether portal, but it is going to be a bit of a journey. We need to suit up before we do that, though. Once we get those blaze rods, though, we'll come back here and focus on building out our XP farm. To start us out, though, I'll show you, if you missed the bonus episode, I do recommend checking it out. We talked a lot about the plans for the series, how I got here, and just general rambling in about a 30-minute time span of me breaking and placing lecterns. But in that time, I managed to get a lot of good enchantments. We have Looting 3, Unbreaking, Sharpness 4, Silk Touch, Sweeping Edge, and this will be good for the XP farm as well. That would be needed. Mending, Fortune 3, and Efficiency 5. This guy is still not something that I want to keep. Flame is good, but let's just give him a roll right now, see. Luck of the C1. Nope, we'll try again later. We've got a lot of villagers back here. I actually broke the, 1 second. That's better. Jeez. I actually broke the crops upstairs to pause the villager breeder for now. We've got plenty as it stands. I've got a couple more back here, and then there's at least 10 back there. So we can always start it back up, but just to save on these things getting a little out of hand, I paused them upstairs. So these are the books we've bought so far. Basically one of each of these guys. We're going to get our tools set so we can mine, because I don't think there's an easy path there. And once I've got everything situated, obviously need some new armor too. We're gonna go over to our storage room and get all that figured out. But once we got all that situated, we will head into the Nether and start our journey to the fortress. All right, let's see what we can do here. Looting is number 1, 6. Sharpness is 4. It's just gonna go up though. We'll throw looting on it for now. And then, do we bring this with us. We'll definitely get, what is it now to add it? Probably only 5. Okay. All right, I won't bring this one because I like having that there, but let's go back to the storage room. I'll grab an anvil and then we will be ready to go. Where did my horse go? There he is. Can I do this? Whoa. I keep contemplating whether or not I should make a path up to the wizard's tower. I think from a lore standpoint, the wizard would not have like a path into town. They would most likely have a teleportation circle or something. The wizard wants to be secluded, right? So from that standpoint, I don't want to do a path, but from a convenience standpoint, I really want to do a path. So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place there. But hopefully sooner rather than later, we'll have some elytra, and then the path won't even matter. We'll just fly up there. Outside of pathing in the overworld, another thing we really got to work on is the lighting up of our little village area. While it is nice to collect some of those goods, it is getting dangerous with all those creepers spawning everywhere. And eventually we'll want to do a mob farm as well. So we want to get that cleared up. Right now we've got a little bit of another trip to go on. So I'm going to start digging through some walls, I think. And we'll pick back up when we get to the fortress. All right, looks like we are already here. It was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Just dug through the wall a little bit, and voila. All right, so the goal is not wither skulls, but if we run into some, we might as well give it a shot. I need some nether brick for a future build, so I'm just going to staircase up here. And there's the achievement, so we are technically in. At least we're high enough to be considered in. It doesn't look like we're on the left. Here we go. All right. Okay. Let's mark this with some dirt. And there's a wither right there. Let's be smart about this. Let's see if we can get him to come over here and see if we can get lucky. No. That's all right. I'm going to do a run around, see if we can't find a blaze spawner. If we can't, that would be unfortunate, but we're going to take a look. I keep pausing my recording too soon. That scared me. There's a blaze spawner right there, and obviously there's some blaze right behind us too. Let's do this so we don't get snuck up on by some withers. All right. Try to get these guys right here. We don't need a ton of blaze rods by any means, but, you know, we're here, so might as well get a good amount, at least enough to go to the end. Well, shoot. Time to run. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Dodge and weave. Okay, get these, yep. Oh, shoot. Get all this. Okay, okay, okay. Close it up, close it up, close it up, close it up. Whew, that was close. We do have 8 blaze rods already. Would like a couple more if we can manage it. But I do not want to die again. So let's get healed up. We'll kill a couple more blazes. And then we are going to run back to safety. Nether wart. I totally forgot that we need nether wart. So let's see if we can't find that. Should be right around here somewhere. think I've got enough blaze rods, but pretty sure I hit a piglin, so that's gonna be fun to get out of here. But I should have enough to add sharpness to my sword. Yay! Oh, and also, I don't see any nether wart in this fortress. I'm gonna keep looking, but I think we're out of luck with that. So I might have to go to a different one, or maybe find a chest or something. We have started a very precarious journey to this bastion. We're almost there. I think the piglins forgot about me, thankfully. But we'll see if we can get some nether wart here and maybe something else. I'm not in the mood to fight piglin brutes, though, so I think we'll just get what we need to get and get out. I'm realizing I don't think this is the type of remnant that has nether wart, but I do believe you can still find it in chests, so let's hope we get lucky. I don't like it in here at all. These guys have so much health. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. But no nether wart. Oh man. I wonder if you can only get it in the housing type at like regardless chest or out in the open. I'm gonna have to go all the way back and try to locate another bastion or fortress, unfortunately. Oh man. All right. Well, let's try to get out of here safely. We are free. I'm gonna try to visit a couple more nether fortresses or bastions or anything to hope we can get lucky and find some nether wart. I will give you an update when we get where we need to get. Oh, thank God. What a nightmare. That was horrible. And now we have to make it back, but at least we got some. Oh, is that chest? Let's see. Okay, a couple diamonds. I'll take that. Oh, and more. All right, I'm going to collect this up, and then we are going to take a trip back home. And we survived. Home sweet home. With no chicken to spare. Okay, we did a little bit of shaping in here, and we'll get started on the decorations at the very end. But we're going to start building the redstone behind this wall here, which means I got to clear out a little area for it. And when I'm finished, I'll try to explain what I came up with. Okay, this is pretty much the contraption. We've got a few more things to do, though, to get it set up. First, we need to calibrate these sculk sensors. So one of these needs to be set to 13, and then one needs to be set to 14. And those are, I can't remember which one's which, but one is the breaking of blocks, and then one is the placing of blocks. So this should be 13, that should be 14. Okay, so let me explain what the idea here is. You need to put the right number of items in here. This is roughly a minute. And then for this to work, I need 4 of these to go in here. So you're probably asking, well, what is the point of this? What does this have to do with the XP farm? What's going to happen? The lore behind this, again, it's like a forgotten Druid's Grove, and it was left because the idol was stolen. So what will happen is when we return the idol here, when we place it, that will trigger the timer. It will also trigger a dispenser below the ground, which will dispense a potion of infestation onto the armadillos, and that will start the silverfish spawning, which will be the source of the XP. The way that you'll see the way I have the farm designed, I can't actually see the silverfish. The potion effects last about 3 minutes. So from the second I place this down, that should be instantaneous. So 3 minutes later, the potion effects should be done. So I need some sort of indicator. So what's going to happen at the end of those 3 minutes is the grove basically rejects the idol and says, the magic has been drained. So the idol will pop off, signaling that there's no more XP to be had for that moment. So that is basically what we've got going on here is those two sensing into this that to create a pulse. This is a etho hopper clock. This is an elongator here. And this is just detecting when this block shifts. It'll trigger that sticky piston to pop the idol off of this space. Very much more complicated than it needs to be for an XP farm, but I really wanted this to be a cool piece of lore for the world. So the next step is to actually build that XP farm. With that said, we are going to go ahead and start building that part next. We'll need to dig out an area down here. The silverfish will take a bubble column up, and that is where we will collect the XP. But we need to get the armadillo into place. We also need to get a zombie into place. So that is going to be the next step. Okay, all the redstone is in. Everybody is in their place. I took off the comparators here and down here. I've got two separate inputs. We've got a chest ready to feed in potions of infestation into this dispenser. There are some armadillo below that. On a fire, a zombie, causing them to go in their shells. And all we need to do is add that hopper and then add the comparator up here. And the farm itself should be ready to go. But what we actually need to do at this point is decorate this place. So I'm going to start doing that. We're going to get the Druid's Grove look going. And when we're finished, we'll be finally ready to test out this XP farm. For as simple as this one was, this is definitely one of my favorite builds we've done so far. Not just because of the look, but because of the functionality and the story behind it. There's a lot of little details in this that I just love making this look overgrown and abandoned. From the mossy stone to the bees floating around, the waterfall out the side. It just really came together nicely. And then at the end of it all, we have a functional XP farm. And honestly, it's the best looking XP farm I've ever seen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one too. It was a super fun build and can't wait to keep doing this with other things in this world. And the grove is finished. So we've got a couple little things to add in here. We've got a really small bee farm, going. We've got our potions in here, which actually I will take with us. because those need to be loaded up. We've got our area here, our idle stand, but we've got a couple pieces of redstone that need to go in. I wanted to wait till the very end to make sure everything was in place before we started going. So we need to add a comparator in here, facing this way. There we go. We're going to let this run to its 3 minutes, and then we'll put the potions in, and I'll be ready to show you all how this works, and we'll see how many levels we get. Okay, it is time to use this thing finally. So the idea is we have returned the idol to the Druid's Grove, and they will reward us with some XP. And once the XP is all used up, the idol will pop off its pedestal and we can do it all over again. So I've got my levels down to pretty low. I had to kill a pillager or two, but we'll see how much XP we get from this first run. Let's go. Pick up the sword, get in position, wait for them to come to us, and we'll start getting XP. That's not bad at all, about 20 levels. We can always add more armadillo down there. I honestly don't know how many are even down there. I think 8, but it's possible that some of them perished along the way, but that worked out great. So this will be a great use to get our XP up, to mend some of our weapons. We'll get a few more books and put mending on the rest of these tools. I think I'm going to run this a couple more times, get the levels up. Maybe I'll breed the armadillo to get 1 or 2 more in there to see if that gets our rates up a little bit. And then we'll be good to finish this episode out. All right, I made a couple minor adjustments. I bred up a couple more armadillo, put them in, and I added a half slab to the back as well. Not sure if that made much of a difference, but I did notice some silverfish were getting caught back here, so I gave that a shot. It seemed to work better. Overall, I'm super happy with this. It's just a fun way to get an XP farm into your world, something that typically looks kind of bleh, and make it a little bit more exciting, add a little story behind it. And that's kind of the goal with everything we've been doing here. And we're just going to keep on going. Next episode, we're going to work on something new, but I hope you all enjoyed this one. I had such a fun time making this little hideaway. Have a little mini bee farm over there too that's helping us wax some of our copper. It just turned out really nice. A really cozy little area where we can come and get some XP when needed. I'm going to enchant up some of these tools and obviously add mending on these guys because I think they're 1 click away from breaking, so might as well save those. But that is all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time, see you next week.